I have coached close to 100 reps at this time and worked with multiple hundreds alongside in the offers that I've been on. I've seen guys join teams and instantly become one of the top reps, and I've also seen guys get let go in a matter of a week. With the reps I've coached specifically, I've seen guys go from 3 grand a month to 30 grand a month. I've seen guys go from making 2 grand a month to 10K and taking their mom on trips. I've helped reps hit their first 17K months like Zane, who was stuck at 9 to 10K a month for a long time. Or it's like Chris, who went from 3K a month to 30, or Colton, who from 3 to 4 grand a month to 9. I could talk about wins all day long, but unfortunately there are some reps who just don't seem to get it, who just don't seem to make it work. They throw the towel and they just go back to what they were doing previously before high ticket sales and tell themselves the story of sales just isn't for me. And before they know it, this is just a thing of the past, which is pretty disheartening because at one point they thought that this was gonna be the thing that could give them the life of their dreams. And so that is exactly what we're gonna talk about today. I've observed patterns between both of these groups of people, the winners and the losers. And today I'm gonna be giving you the top 3 things I've observed so that you can take actions the way the winners do. We're gonna talk about what it actually takes to sustain a living in this space. This video is gonna be the difference between consistently hitting 20K months and living your dream life as I was able to do at 24 years old, or just quitting and saying high ticket sales isn't for you. So if you're someone who is in that process of trying to make this a living and you're in between, listen up, I'm talking directly to you. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here and wondering who is this handsome young man with dreads and tattoos and what does he know about high ticket sales, my name is Nick and I have helped close to 100 people hit record-breaking months in high ticket sales, and I myself have collected over $3 million over the last few years. I take on 5 additional new clients every single month, and this isn't some marketing shit. I literally cannot handle more than 5 new people a month because I work very closely with you. And so if you're ready to be congruent, if you don't want to be like the latter of the people who never seem to make this work, hit the link below, see if you qualify. You're gonna book a call directly with me. Do not book on my calendar if you are thinking of getting into high ticket sales and you're not even on an offer yet, because I will cancel the fucking call. But without further ado, let's dive in. So there are 4 key things that I've observed between the winners and the losers. And the first thing is gonna be speed to implementation. This one is huge. Most closers who are given feedback and take 4 fucking business days to apply it never make it. My one-on-one coaching clients get consistent feedback loops because they get multiple call reviews per week. This is a huge lever and unfair advantage, and I'm probably not gonna be able to fucking do this for long, but in the meantime, this is a big advantage that these guys get. And the smartest closers see that and abuse it. And they take advantage of it and they send me as many calls as they can after implementing. But the closers who never seem to make it work, or the ones who end up leaving the space and saying it wasn't for them, are the ones who send me 1 call review every week to 2 weeks, and then they fucking take forever to implement it, and their feedback loop is very, very slow. And then they continue making the same exact mistakes on calls, whereas the faster closers are getting the feedback, they're implementing it, they're coming to me with more calls where I'm giving them more feedback and they're implementing it, and we can speed up this feedback loop and because of their speed of implementation. If you're not getting multiple call reviews per week, you're probably not getting enough feedback to actually be able to improve. This goes for fucking anything, even if you have a manager who's giving you reviews. And more often than not, your manager is probably too busy to give every single person multiple reviews and be able to give it in a way that you know how to implement. But let's just say you are getting multiple feedback. You need to take this shit and quickly implement it. When I was selling full time, I would get feedback and implement it literally on the next call and then send that call for review again. My best closers blow me up. Stop being so fucking scared to implement the feedback that you are getting and watch how much faster you start to absorb this shit and learn and make more money. So that's number 1, is speed to implementation. Number 2, and this one is ironic, is externalizing. The best closers take ownership over their results, the good and the bad. You see, externalizing is an interesting thing because if you struggle to take responsibility over the bad results that you get, you're also not gonna be able to take responsibility over the good ones because you're probably gonna tell yourself that the only reason you got the deal is because this was a lay down prospect or it was because of luck. You don't have the awareness to know what is actually working because you view the world as outside of your control. The best closers not only take ownership, but they don't need to be convinced that they need advanced training. They know they do. They don't just rely on what their offer gives them and then bitch and moan that their manager isn't doing enough or isn't helping them enough. They take matters into their own hands because they know it is their career, it is not their manager's responsibility. Or if they joined a program that got them into high ticket sales, the smartest closers know that this isn't going to be the program that helps them succeed in high ticket sales, to help them get their foot in the door. Again, I don't need to convince the best closers of this, they know it. and they act on it. They don't blame outside circumstances for their results. The closers who I've worked with who succeeded the absolute fastest, and the people who I've seen crush it, who I worked alongside, didn't have a fucking sob story about how bad the marketing was, how shitty the leads were, or anything else outside of their control. They took life by the balls. And let's say, hypothetically, maybe they weren't on a good offer. They took matters into their own hands and got on a better offer and were proactive about it. Some of the worst closers I know have been bitching and moaning about being on a bad offer for months. Makes no fucking sense. No wonder you're moving so slow. And the reason I said this is ironic is because this is the exact same thing your prospects deal with. It's really hard for you to be able to listen to externalization from your prospect and know what to do when you're doing it yourself. Something really common is, you know, the prospects are externalizing, or the prospects are giving all these excuses, and like, I just don't know what to say to get them over the line. I just don't know the words to use to get them to take accountability. Yes, there are a set of words, but more importantly, it comes from a belief system. And you don't have the belief system because this is the same shit that you are telling yourself. Even if you try to use the words that I'm giving you in these videos or that other gentlemen are giving you in these videos, it doesn't land until you can stop externalizing yourself. You will always be deaf to your own excuses. So the next time you're saying some shit like, you know, I just don't know what to say to pre-handle this objection, or I just don't know what to say to get this person out of their own way, look in the mirror, because I'm willing to bet these are the same exact things that you were saying to yourself. Fuck, don't piss me off. Let's keep going. Now, if you want to get consistent feedback loops, if you want to be congruent with the words that you're trying to use on your calls, so you're not repeating the same mistakes over and over, and you can actually get the skill set side of things now that you are congruent, hit the link below, see if you qualify to work with me one-on-one. And again, you have to be actively selling on an offer. Let's keep going. The third reason most closers do not make it is their inability to control their emotions. They get too high on the highs and then too low on the lows. This is a massive fucking problem. The best closers control their emotions, whether shit is hitting the fan or shit is going amazing. If you're the type of rep, when you are winning, your energy's through the roof, you're fucking high-fiving old ladies in the elevator, you're kissing babies on the forehead, and you're petting everyone's dogs when deals are going across the line, but when they're not, people can instantly feel this negative energy. You have this dark cloud above your head. This means that you do not have emotional control, and this also indirectly says that you are attached to the outcome, no matter how much you want to say you're not. The outcome controls your emotions and controls the way that you show up. You can say you don't care as much as you want, but your energy tells it all. And again, this is why having a solid coach is so important, because they will help you get out of your head when you begin to spiral. But a lot of you fuckers want to do all this shit by yourself. Sales is tough. You get kicked in the fucking dick all day long. It's not easy to control your emotions, but you put yourself in a better position to be able to do so when you can have someone hold you to a high standard when the spiraling begins. And the common denominator between being too high on the highs and too low on the lows is both of these things deviate you from the process. When you're crushing it and you allow that to affect your energy, like overly affect your energy, you start skipping parts of the process because you start to gain a big ego, and then you're not doing the things that you know you need to do on your calls. You're fucking skipping cost of inaction, you're not going deep enough. And the flip side of that, when you're not doing that well, you also start to deviate from the process because you want to fucking fix everything and you don't even know what you're trying to fix. You're just fixing shit. Your process is your rifle. You are to stick to your rifle, stick to your process through hell and heaven, through good and bad. I rarely change my process. For the most part, my process has been the exact same for years with small tweaks. You fuckers want to go changing everything about how you sell the minute you have a cold streak. Remember, you helping these people get into an emotional state so that they could be suggestible, so that you can be able to influence them to make a decision. That's in their best interest, of course. If you get in an emotional state, that means you are suggestible, which means you can be influenced, which is a massive fucking problem because you're supposed to be leading them. Can't be emotional leader with emotional prospect. You have to be grounded. And this is why your results are so inconsistent. And then before you know it, you're back in your corporate job, or you're back in your whatever the fuck you're doing, picking up classes, whatever, and telling yourself sales isn't for you, but it's because you couldn't control your emotions. Let's keep going. The last one is not being able to land on a good offer because of everything I just said above. You are likely selling on these shitty offers because you are not good. You implement slowly, you externalize results, and you have no emotional control. So the only offers you're able to get on are the shitty offers that hire anyone, like V-Shred. And then you continuously tell yourself this story of, I just need to get on a better offer. not realizing that you are not good, and that is why you're not lasting on these offers and having to rely on these shitty offers. It's easy to say the offer is the problem, I just need to get on a better offer, before you look in the mirror and realize the problem is you. But the catch-22 here is the worse you are, the more you sell on these shitty offers, the less chance you have to actually be on a SEALs Team 6 type of a team. Before you even think about getting on a better opportunity, perform where you are now and actually have something to show for. Look, I sold on a couple shit offers myself, but what did I do? I planted my seeds where I was. I got really good there, I had solid calls to show for, and when it was time, when the opportunity presented itself for me to get on better and better offers, I had the game tape footage. I was able to go in there and role play. I was able to put my nuts on the table and show that I am worthy of being on this team. There's a really good saying that my previous mentor Apollo used to always say: the grass is greener where you water it. The problem is a lot of you fuckers keep trying to find new grass to water and not planting your feet where you currently are right now and making the most of this opportunity. So now you know the 4 biggest things that I've observed after coaching close to 100 reps between the people who make it and actually hit life-changing income versus the people who don't and tell themselves that high-ticket sales is not for them. And you know exactly what you need to do to not be the latter. So if you're ready to stop holding on to those excuses and actually hit those 10K, 15, 30K months like Alex, Colton, or Chris, hit the link below to see if you qualify. I only take on 5 new additional clients a month, and you have to be actively selling on a offer. As always, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.